Every day, you make thousands of decisions. What to eat, who to trust, what to buy, what to believe, and how to react. But here's the secret most people never realize. You are not making these decisions consciously. Your brain uses shortcuts, invisible mental filters called cognitive biases, that help you make fast choices without thinking deeply. They evolved to protect you, to save energy, and to help your ancestors survive. But in the modern world, these same shortcuts can distort reality, twist your judgment, and lead you into predictable patterns of behavior. Today, we're breaking down four of the most powerful cognitive biases that quietly control your decisions every single day. And once you recognize them, you'll see them everywhere. Let's start with the most common of all mental traps, confirmation bias. This bias makes you look for information that supports what you already believe and ignore anything that challenges it. If you think someone is rude, you notice the moments they seem rude and ignore the moments they're polite. If you believe a diet works, you focus on success stories and skip the failures. If you prefer a political view, you follow content that confirms it and avoid anything that questions it. Social media algorithms amplify this bias dramatically. They show you posts you're likely to agree with, because agreement keeps you engaged. Over time, your world becomes an echo chamber. Everything you see, hear, and read reinforces your existing beliefs. Confirmation bias doesn't just shape your opinions, it shapes your identity. It makes you feel right even when you're wrong. It protects your ego at the cost of your clarity, and it limits your ability to see the full picture. Anchoring bias is the reason first impressions are so powerful. Your brain clings to the first piece of information it receives, whether it's accurate or not, and uses it as the foundation for every decision that follows. For example, if the first price you see for a pair of shoes is $200, a $100 pair suddenly feels cheap. If your first impression of a person is negative, it takes much more positive information to reverse it. If the first review you read about a product is glowing, you automatically expect it to be good. This is anchoring. Your brain grabs onto the anchor, and every new piece of information gets interpreted around that first point. Marketers use this bias intentionally. They show the high price first to make the lower price more appealing. Restaurants put expensive items at the top of the menu, so everything else seems reasonable. Anchoring makes you believe you're making a rational choice, when in reality, the first number, impression, or idea is steering your entire decision. Availability bias is your brain's tendency to believe something is more common or more important simply because it's easier to remember. If you hear about a plane crash on the news, you think flying is dangerous, even though driving is far riskier. If you see a viral video about a rare event, your brain treats it like it's happening everywhere. If you remember a dramatic failure, you assume it's likely to happen again. The brain is heavily influenced by vivid stories, not statistics. That's why emotional events, fear, embarrassment, excitement, danger, shock, stick in your memory and then distort your judgment. Your mind says, because it's easy to recall, it must be frequent. But that's not true. The most memorable events are often the least common. Availability bias controls your fears, your risk assessment, your assumptions, and your expectations, often without you noticing. The halo effect is one of the most powerful biases in human psychology. It makes you assume that one positive trait means everything about someone is positive, even if there's no evidence. If someone is attractive, you assume they're kind, trustworthy, smart, and competent. If someone speaks confidently, you assume they're intelligent and capable. If a product looks beautiful, you assume it works well. If a celebrity endorses something, you assume it's high quality. The halo effect distorts your judgment by letting one trait overshadow reality. That's why brands invest millions into design, packaging, and aesthetics. If something looks good, you automatically think it is good. The halo effect feels harmless, but it influences who you trust, who you hire, who you date, what you buy, how you judge people. It even affects how you judge yourself. Here's the most important thing about cognitive biases. You don't choose them. They happen automatically. Your brain evolved to make rapid decisions with limited information. Biases save time and energy. But what helped ancient humans survive danger now causes modern humans to make irrational choices. These biases shape your beliefs, your fears, your relationships, your spending habits, and even your identity without asking for permission. Biases aren't flaws. They're features of the brain. But if you don't recognize them, they quietly control your life. Once you look closely, you'll see these 4 biases shaping nearly every part of your life. They influence what you buy. They shape what you believe. They affect who you feel comfortable around. They guide how you see yourself. And because most people never learn how the mind works, they walk around thinking their decisions are rational, when in reality, their brain is running in shortcut mode. Cognitive biases aren't just theories. They're part of your everyday psychology. They're the invisible filters that shape your worldview, and they influence you far more than you realize. The goal isn't to eliminate cognitive biases. That's impossible. These mental shortcuts are built into your biology. But awareness changes everything. When you recognize confirmation bias, you question your assumptions. When you notice anchoring bias, you challenge the first impression. When availability bias kicks in, you separate emotion from reality. And when the halo effect appears, you pause before making judgments. Awareness gives you something biases can't override: choice. The power to step back, think clearly, and make decisions based on reason instead of automatic instinct. The more you understand your mind, the less it controls you. And once you see these cognitive biases in action, you begin to understand a deeper truth. Your brain is powerful, but not perfect. It needs your awareness to guide it. Master the biases, and you master the decisions that shape your life. As you master the biases, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a scientific day.